There's a moment, and if you know, you know, you finally decide that you're done starting over. You clean up your eating, you move your body, you work on your mindset, and for about maybe 4 days, you feel amazing, right? Then suddenly, everything starts getting harder. You're feeling tired, you're second guessing yourself, your old habits start whispering, and you think, well, that didn't last very long. And that's the moment that most people assume something is wrong. They think this shouldn't feel this hard, right? Um, Maybe I'm not cut out for this. Maybe this isn't going to work again. But what if that discomfort, that pain of regret, isn't a warning sign? What if it's actually confirmation that you're moving in the right direction? Now, stick around to the end of this video because it is day 32, and I want to share something that has been helping me keep my energy steady and those sneaky cravings a little quiet. I also want to share today's affirmation and a simple tip that helps me keep going when things feel uncomfortable. Okay. Rhonda Jean Dillard here, rebuilding my mind and transforming my health with simple habits and cutting edge wellness tools. And I'm so glad that you're here. One of the big things that Brenda Burchard explains so well is that when you start growing, you're stepping into new territory. And new territory creates pressure. You're asking more of yourself. You are doing things a little differently. You're stretching beyond what's familiar. And that stretch, that pressure, that's where discomfort starts showing up like in full force. And boy, do I know it. But here's the key, that discomfort isn't stopping your progress, honey. It's actually proof that the progress is actually happening. Think about it. When you start moving more, your muscles feel it, right? They get sore. And when you start eating differently, your habits kind of push back and you start craving things. And when you start thinking differently, your mind will resist you. And when you start changing your routine, everything's going to feel just a little bit off. That's not failure, that is expansion. And most people interpret that discomfort as a sign to stop. They think, well, this feels hard, maybe this isn't working, but the truth is the opposite is often true. And the discomfort is showing you that you are leaving that old version of yourself behind. That old paradigm is being left behind. Growth feels unfamiliar. It really does. Change. It's all change. And unfamiliar feels uncomfortable. But that's exactly where change happens. You don't need to eliminate the discomfort. You just need to stop being scared of it. You schedule the hard stuff so that you make sure that that's in your schedule. And when that discomfort shows up and it's time for you to do that hard stuff, you make the next right choice. That's how we move forward. You don't wait for it to feel easy. You don't wait for perfect motivation. You take the next right step, even when it feels awkward, because, um, you've got to take it slowly, right? What felt uncomfortable will become familiar. Then, when what felt hard becomes normal, right? And then what once felt impossible becomes who you are now. That's progress. And here's where you step into leadership, like over your own life, not over anyone else, just you. You stop asking, do I feel like it? And you start saying, I decided already. You stop negotiating with discomfort. You move through it because confidence doesn't come from everything being easy. Never does. Confidence comes from doing something that wasn't easy and then realizing that you handled it fine. Each time that you follow through that, you build more trust, more confidence in yourself. And each time you don't quit, you build that lovely word of momentum. Each time you make that next right choice, you reinforce that new identity. And speaking of new identities, it is day 32 of this Elevate Life journey. And I have been thinking about what it really means to me. Elevating my life isn't about being perfect. Um, it's about making my life better, one intentional choice at a time, and helping other women just like me, just like you, see that they can do it too. So here's today's affirmation. I schedule the hard stuff, and each time I make that next right choice to go through it, my confidence grows. Go read it and write it and say it over and over again because repetition is the key. Builds belief in it, and belief helps you move through the discomfort without overthinking it. My tip today is something. Oh, well, first of all, I do want to tell you that I will put that affirmation in the comments, so don't worry about writing it down. And let me say it again for you. I schedule the hard stuff, and each time I make that next right choice to go through it, my confidence grows. Now, my tip is something that has been really been helping me, but it has something to do with this affirmation as well. Um, Especially when I want some carbs. And let's be honest, sometimes you just want the carbs. You're not trying to, but they're looking at you, calling your name. And now, one of the things that most people, that's been really helpful for some people on our age, is low glycemic eating. So, we're talking about this. You're scheduling the hard stuff. So, you have to schedule your meals and you have to schedule what you're eating, okay? If you are really serious about it, this is really the way to do it. All that really means, the low glycemic really means, is that we keep our blood sugar more steady instead of, riding that blood sugar spike roller coaster where it's up and then it crashes. And when it crashes, you get tired and you tend to get hungry again. And suddenly you're standing in the kitchen, wondering why you're there and why you're looking for something to eat again, right? Um, Eat some protein first, okay? Low glycemic eating keeps your energy steady, your mind clearer, and those cravings are a lot quieter. And here, that's a simple way to do it, especially when you're out and about and you're eating something, gonna eat something with carbs. Eat some protein first before you eat the carbs. It's just a real small little shift, but it makes a really big difference in your spikes. When you eat protein first, it helps slow down how quickly your body absorbs those carbs, which will keep your blood sugar lower and more steady. And that means less of that spike, okay, and less of that crash later. So instead of just grabbing the carbs, give your body a little cushion first. Eat a little bit of protein first. For example, if you're about to have some toast and jam or something like that, just simple idea, oatmeal, eat a couple of bites of egg first, or have a little bit of meat, any kind of meat. If you're going to have some fruit, maybe have a handful of nuts or some peanut butter. If I eat a banana by itself, my blood sugar spikes fast. But if I eat a banana with a little bit of peanut butter, it doesn't spike so much. If you're eating those crackers, get you a little hummus first, okay? So it's like putting a speed bump like in front of the carbs. You're not saying that you can't have them. You're just slowing things down a little bit so your body doesn't go flying off the road. And the funny thing is, you often end up eating less of the carbs anyway because you don't get that big surge and crash, and you stay steadier, more in control. Um, this really isn't about being perfect, guys, okay? It's just, I'm trying to help you with small, simple things that you can do that can help you feel better, make those next right choices easier, of course. Protein first, then carbs, and your future self will really thank you for that, trust me. It'll keep your A1C a little bit lower. So remember, my friend, you are capable of this. This is not as hard as it all seems. You don't need everything to feel easy. You just need to recognize that discomfort is often a sign that you're doing something right. Um, Pain doesn't stop progress. It usually means that you're moving in the direction of success. Now, tomorrow we're going to talk about how all of this starts building momentum and why once you keep choosing forward, things actually feel easier and they flow a lot better, right? And sometimes you can get caught up in that flow, which is nice. Now, remember, schedule the hard stuff and make the next right choice. And honey, you got one life. Make it the one you were meant to live, the one you've always wanted to live. Y'all have a great day and stick around for tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow. You know how to stop it.